harmonized elections, presidential, National Assembly, and local authority elections. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tafadzwa.
And I'm Charlene. We are your hosts for this training video for you from the Zimbabwean Electoral Commission, ZEC.
This training video has been compiled to give you the important information you need to know about elections, the electoral staff, and also to alert you of the key points you always have to keep in mind during the electoral process.
But before we share these details, a welcome note from the chairperson.
Elections present democratic nations with an opportunity to redirect their country's political, economic, and social trajectory. While some elections signal slow and subtle change, others lead to seismic and dramatic shifts. It is the will of people expressed through each and every individual's democratic vote that will determine the outcome of our elections and set in motion the destiny of our nation. Whatever our voters decide, it is this will that will be respected, and it is this will that will determine the outcome of our nation's democratic elections. Ours is a country which is evolving and growing. Our evolution is a continuous process. So too, our democracy is evolving and growing, and we, the citizens of our nation, must evolve and grow with it. I am privileged to be part of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, an independent commission established under the Constitution of Zimbabwe. The Constitution is the bedrock of our nation. It is our Constitution that sets our nation as one, sovereign, democratic state founded on these values. United in our diversity by our common desire for freedom, justice, and equality, and our heroic resistance to colonialism, racism, and all forms of domination and oppression, honoring our forefathers and compatriots who toiled and sacrificed for the progress of our nation, recognizing the need to entrench democracy through good, transparent, and accountable governance and the rule of law, reaffirming our commitment to upholding and defending fundamental human rights and freedoms, universal adult suffrage and equality of votes, free, fair, regular, and credible elections, and adequate representation of the electorate. It is our Constitution that established the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission and granted us the mandate to, firstly, manage elections for President, Parliament, and local authorities in accordance with national legislation. Secondly, ensure that elections are conducted efficiently, freely, fairly, impartially, and transparently, and declare the results of those elections within a period that is prescribed by law. On these foundations are three layers of integrity. The first layer is the staff, structures, processes, and systems of the Electoral Commission. The second layer are the logistic preparations and readiness for elections. And the third layer, the tip of that pyramid, is an environment which is conducive for free, fair, and credible elections. Free, fair, and credible elections can only be achieved through integrity, transparency, adherence to the law, and impartiality at all levels. We shall exercise our mandated duty, showing no favoritism to any individual or political party. As polling staff, each and every one of us will serve a vital role in upholding and securing the integrity of our nation's electoral processes. It is important to acknowledge that no matter how big or how small a role we play, each and every one of us will serve in a role that is vital in ensuring that voters, political parties, candidates, and agents have continued confidence in our nation's electoral processes. Even though this video will provide you with beneficial training on your role, you will also be required to read the training handbooks and relevant sections of the electoral law and regulations in advance of polling day so as to ensure that you are familiar with all the relevant procedures that are described therein. Training for polling operations staff is a valuable investment serving to enhance the integrity of an election process. It is a necessary and integral part of each election, one that ensures that all staff have the competency to apply electoral procedures accurately, impartially, and consistently throughout every administration office, voting station, and counting center. You are the officials that make or break the election. Training for voting operations is a vital component within the overall training program of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. In training for voting operations, it is essential to achieve competency. This entails not only knowing our procedures, but also developing all staff's ability to implement these procedures in the prescribed manner. This basic objective governs the way training for voting staff is undertaken. Polling staff training requires more than just an understanding of relevant legislation and guidelines. It also includes familiarity on how to implement the relevant procedures in a real-world operational scenario. Polling staff are engaged in a one-time event, working under intense pressure and with little latitude for error. This training video provides the opportunity for each of us to gain a deeper understanding of these procedures in a visual manner. One key to ensuring free and fair elections is making sure every aspect of the voting, counting, and results processing is completed both accurately and transparently. Transparency, accuracy, adherence to the law, impartiality, and fairness are pillars that support public confidence in every democratic electoral process. At the time when these polling procedures will be carried out, party agents, candidates, voters, observers, and the media will be present, and they will be scrutinizing every aspect of your performance. Furthermore, party agents, along with national and international observers, will not only observe each step of the voting process, but also observe each step of the counting process. At the conclusion of the results count at each polling station, party agents present will be provided with signed copies of polling station results. Furthermore, these party agents will be requested to sign each polling station result. Thus, it will not be possible for any individual, neither the chairperson nor the CEO or any other election official or polling party agent, to alter any of these results without it becoming apparent to all stakeholders. It is this system of checks and balances that strengthens stakeholder confidence and contributes to the credibility and integrity of elections. I am privileged to live in a country steeped in history with a working, vibrant, and beautiful democracy. At the conclusion of these elections, the will of the people of Zimbabwe, expressed through each and every citizen's democratic vote, will serve to elect our nation's leaders. It is at this very moment, the moment that each of our millions of voters spread throughout the breadth and width of our beautiful nation casts their ballot, that we, as a nation, will collectively decide the future that we choose for our communities, our cities, our towns, our nation, and our future generations. As election officials, what our nation requests of you is to fulfill your duty with strict adherence to our nation's electoral laws and regulations, and at all times to exercise your duty efficiently, faithfully, accurately, and in an impartial manner. I thank you.